welcome back. It's week 2. We are so back this time, and I mean it. Last week was the Sizzler. We did a 30-lap feature like normal, and this week we have a normal weekly racing, so it's going to be like this every week for the rest of the year. I realized I did not explain the format. I was a very bad host during our last video, but basically every week we show up, my dad and I come early, we eat lunch, and then we hang out. My friend Savannah's also here too. So we came early and ate lunch, and now the gate is going to open soon. We're going to get tires just like we did last week, do practice, and then we don't have heat races today, so we can talk about that next week, and then we'll do the feature. So hopefully the car is better. Last week the left front spring actually collapsed. I can explain more what that means later, but it collapsed, so the car was basically not turning. Imagine driving a boat, being wide open throttle and turning, and then the boat doesn't turn. That's what it feels like. So yeah, I'm gonna sign the car in and go buy tires, and then we'll see what we can do from there. Okay, so we're sitting here, about to go out to practice, getting the car ready. Sav is also here. We've just been hanging out, getting the car ready. Yeah, so we're gonna go out for the first practice with last week's tires, and then after that we will probably change to some new tires that I just got today, and then you know, try those out and see how it goes. But yeah, just measuring the tires before going out. This is my dad and Glenn Reed. Gonna go out and see what we can do with these tires. We just did the first practice and it was good. They put 20 cars on the track for some reason that I don't really know, but whatever. The car was decent. The left front suspension is definitely working, so I just got by myself and made sure that everything was working, and now we are gonna make a small change and then go back out for the second practice, and then that's it. We don't have a heat race today, so I just need to make sure that everything is working and that the car is good. So I'm going to do my best in this practice. I was pretty slow in the first practice, honestly, because I was scared. There's a lot of cars, and I was just making sure everything was working. So we're going to try again and go off practice 2 and see what happens with a small change and a new set of tires. Practice. It was very mid during the first practice because there was 20 cars on the track, but we made some changes and went out the second practice, and it was actually very good. Me and the top cars were like a tenth off of each other, so that's good. We're making some changes right now, like a small change, and then we'll see what we can do for the feature. There's no heats, like I said. I haven't checked where I'm starting yet, but I'll check that in a second. I have an idea. But yeah, it was pretty good. It's the best the car has been so far this year, and yeah, we'll just see what we can do.
Up ready to go in rows of 2 over in turn number 3. Race 2 of their 2024 campaign. A lot of heavy hitters starting deeper in the field. A lot of drivers looking to get the victory lane for the first time in their career. Up front, Sturt to the outsider, Robinson to turn 1 for the first time. Here is Alex Fern right to the bottom of the racetrack. Car number 12 to the point by the time they get to 3 and gets turned in the face of the field.
Heartbreaking situation there.
I'll run it back for you in case you didn't see what happened or it wasn't completely clear.
Outsider Robinson to turn 1 for the first time. Here is Alex Fern right to the bottom of the racetrack. Car number 12 to the point by the time they get to 3 and gets turned in the face of the field.
Heartbreaking situation.
To the point by the time they get to 3 and gets turned in the face of the field. To the point by the time they get to 3 and gets turned in the face of the field.
Somewhere in the infield there was actually just a red flag, and I think everyone's okay, but our night ended on lap 1 in turn 3, as you can see. Yeah, think, but the back of the car is completely junk. We have to clip it, which means we're going to cut it off at the rear firewall and start over. I'm not happy about it. I have to go home and watch the video. I haven't seen it yet, but I don't really need to see it because I think that I know what happened and it was the biggest bullshit I've ever seen in my life. So, yeah, lap 1. And now that car is fighting for last place, so what does that tell you? So I realize that some of you may be here and say, oh, she backed up the corner, oh, she did this, that, the other thing. But I just want to clarify, I have been in both situations. I've been the car in front before. It certainly sucks when a guy jacks you up like that. I've also been the person behind who just straight up made a mistake and it was my fault. But it doesn't change the fact that I am allowed to be mad about this and that I'm allowed to view it as incredibly dumb. But the only thing left to do now is move on. No one got hurt and we collected 4 cars, but we can't change it now. It just really sucks. I have a ton of footage of us ripping apart the car at the track and back at the shop, but I think I'll save that for another video. We have a lot to do this week and I just want to thank everyone who helps me. I also want to thank Joe Hamm for building a safe and fast race car. I was able to walk away, as you can see here. But that's really it. I'll just call it here. Thank you to all my sponsors and to the individuals who helped me. I just want to give a specific shout out to my team. They were at the shop until 3 o'clock in the morning on Friday night, tearing the car apart and getting it ready to bring to Hamm's to get fixed. So thank you very much to them. Sorry it had to end so soon. You make a great move, lap 1, turn 1, clean move, and you just, get cleaned out. But what can you do? See you guys next week.